What doth it profit a man if he gains the whole world and suffer the loss of his soul? If these words were addressed to you, what would be your reaction? For sure, there will be varied reactions, but to our saint today, they were words that enlightened him to join the priesthood, become an ardent missionary to the point that later he was chosen by the church to be the patron of the missions. Friends, let us listen to the inspiring life of Saint Francis Xavier. Francis Xavier was born Francisco de Jasso e Azpilicueta in Navarre, Spain on April 7, 1506. There were several small wars in their place at that time, and his brothers participated in one of the conflicts. Their group was defeated, and the enemy confiscated their property and lands and demolished a large part of the family castle where he was born. When the wars were over, Francis went to Paris and studied philosophy. 4 years later, Ignatius Loyola and Peter Faber came to the College of St. Barbara where Francis was staying. Ignatius, who was then contemplating to become a priest, tried to befriend Francis, inviting him to join him. But Francis, unlike Peter, was difficult to get. When Ignatius talked to Francis about religious things, he tried to ignore him since he was dreaming of a beautiful worldly career replete with honor and prestige. But Ignatius did not give up. He took a passage from the Gospel, whispered it to Francis every time they were near each other. What doth it profit a man if he gains the whole world and suffer the loss of his soul? Hearing these words often opened Francis's consciousness to reality, and he began to think seriously about life and his eternal salvation. Soon, he was convinced that life on earth is just fleeting. Meanwhile, Ignatius was able to recruit other young men, and on August 15, 1534, Ignatius, Francis, Peter, and 4 others made the private vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience under the direction of the Pope. They studied to become priests, and Francis was ordained in Venice on June 24, 1537. In 1539, Ignatius wrote the rules for a new religious order, and in 1540, it was approved by the Pope. Their group became the Society of Jesus, or the Jesuit order. Soon, other young men joined them. That same year, the King of Portugal suggested that the Jesuits establish a mission in India. However, the one chosen got seriously ill, and the next choice fell on Francis. In 1541, Francis sailed for India and arrived in Goa after several months. Francis preached the gospel and brought many to Christianity. He also ministered to the sick, to the lepers, and to children. He had many difficulties and sufferings, but he was always filled with joy. Later, he went to Malacca, Malabar, Moluccas, and Ceylon, and then to Japan. The Christians were being persecuted in Japan, but Francis succeeded in helping them know Christ. He went back to India and was planning to go to China. However, he only reached Sanshan Island. He hired some men to accompany him to China, but while waiting for the boat, he got seriously ill and died. It was December 3, 1552. His body is now in the Basilica of Bom Jesus in Goa. He was beatified on October 25, 1619 and canonized on March 12, 1622. In 1925, he was proclaimed the patron of the missions together with Saint Therese of Lisieux. His exemplary virtues are piety, honesty, humility, patience, fortitude, and charity. Lord, inspire the faithful to live the faith and spread it everywhere for your greater glory and honor.